Are you confused about the wedding packages the resorts offered? Well, hopefully we'll be able to answer some of your questions in this video. Hi, I'm Jack with Vacationies. Let me just get this over. If you don't mind, subscribe to the channel. I do post new videos every Tuesday, so all you need to do is subscribe and you'll get updates every Tuesday. Now, everybody is always asking about wedding packages the resorts have. So the past couple of videos I've done, we've looked at some of the other competitive resorts in Mexico and the Caribbean. Today I want to look at Karisma resorts with you. So who is Karisma? You've probably not heard that name, but you may have heard of Azul Beach Resort in Negril or in Mexico. You may have heard of Generations in Riviera Maya, also Nickelodeon, which is opening in the summer of 2021. There's also a Nickelodeon in Punta Cana. They also have Sensatori resorts, as well as Margarita resorts, which are their family-friendly resorts. So all of those fall under the Karisma banner. Now these are all what they call gourmet inclusive, so if you're looking for amazing food and you and your friends and guests are foodies, I really think Karisma's resorts are the resorts you should look at. They tend to be smaller. Some of them are as small as 120 rooms and some are large, about 500 rooms. So let's look at the wedding packages. So again, you will get a free wedding with between 7 to 14 rooms of you and your guests staying at the hotel. Now again, that is the same wedding package that most of the resorts will provide. It's a free ceremony with a minister, a justice of the peace, a sound system, a location for your ceremony, and they will tell you they're going to give you a free reception, but very similar to everybody else, the free reception is what they call semi-private. Now what is semi-private? I've kind of stressed this in my other videos. That's something we don't really suggest. They may throw you in an area in the buffet, or they may say, well, up to X number of people you can be in a certain restaurant, and they will provide a fixed menu to you. You will not have the option to pick where your wedding is going to be for the reception. So let's go on the premise that you, like most of our guests and clients, want a real reception that you can party at, you pick the menus, you create it, it's the decor. So that's not a problem with any of the Karisma resorts. So they have memorable moments packages, which is kind of their brand, and they have the ultimate unlimited memorable moments package, which is about $8,000 for I think 24 people. Now what they give you for that is they do provide you a welcome party. It's a wine and cheese party. They have a partnership with Kendall Jackson. They will also provide you a private reception with upgraded decor and linens and great menus to choose from. They'll provide some perks on a honeymoon package for you, the bride and groom. And the other thing they do is they provide special treats every night to your guests in the room, cake pops, candies, things like that. So it's a really nice package, but again, it's $8,000 for I think 24 people, and if I'm today in 2021, I think it's approximately $80 to $120 per person over that. But let me tell you the best way to deal with Karisma for their properties is, again, they're not going to be happy I'm saying this, I would not sign on that package. What I would do is, when you're working with us and we do the initial paperwork, what I suggest is you just go with the Always and Forever, which is their basic free wedding package. Now Karisma will provide you perks, unlike most resorts, which is based upon how many rooms of guests you have staying at the resort. The key with the Karisma properties is their promotion is for weddings that take place every day of the week but Saturday. So if you're having a Saturday ceremony, what I'm going to tell you about, you can't have. You're going to have to deal with the memorable moments and some of the other packages that they have. So let's talk about how Karisma works with their properties as long as you're not having a wedding on a Saturday, the ceremony. So any other day of the week. But a key is with Karisma, you really need to look far in advance because of their properties are small, they may only do 1 to 3 weddings a day. At some of the resorts, they have what's called an exclusive package that you will be the only wedding for that entire weekend. And that package will run between $8,000 to $12,000. Initially, I didn't like the package, but now I'm a big advocate of it because you'll be the only wedding for that entire weekend. So let's again talk about the promotion, which is a private event promotion. They also refer to it as cash for bash promotion or cash for your bash promotion. So let me explain to you how that promotion works. And again, it's for weddings that are on every day of the week other than Saturdays. Okay, so let's look at this. So as long as your wedding, again, is not on a Saturday, and I keep stressing that because a lot of weddings want to be on Saturdays, but if you can save yourself $5,000 to $15,000 not being on a Saturday, you can do Friday. Your guests are going to be there for the weekend or the 4 or 5 days, so there's flexibility. So the one thing you're going to see as part of this promotion is you earn free room nights for your free stay for your room, and dependent upon the time of the year, it may be one for every 8, one for every 9, one for every 10. But now let's look at your private events. So what will happen is, dependent upon how many nights your guests stay, is what you'll earn. So let's look at what the requirements are for that. So if you have between 16 to 20 rooms of guests staying at the resort, you're going to receive a $40 per room credit for a dinner event. So your question to me is, Jack, well, how does that work? So what happens is you will look at the menus that they have, and they have a lot of menus. I'm going to say they have 30 pages of menus. So let's say you find a menu that you like, and it's $25 for a dinner, and they're giving you $20 credit. So at the end of the day, you're going to ultimately pay approximately $5 to $6. They'll credit you as part of the promotion. Now let's look even further, that if you have a slightly larger wedding, and again, this is rooms, where you've heard me talk about rooms and room nights. With Karisma, everything they go by is rooms. Now, let's go on the premise that you actually have a slightly larger group of people coming to your wedding. So if you have 21 to 29 rooms of guests, this is really where it starts looking interesting to me. They're going to give you a credit of $10 per room to a cocktail party and $40 per room for a dinner event. Now if you think about that, if you look at their catalogs, they have cocktail parties for between $10 to $20 to $30, and again I mentioned dinners can be $20 to $50. But the key is, let's say you have a bill of say $40 for a cocktail party and dinner. Well, they're going $40 per person, that is. They're going to give you $30 from the credit per person. So at the end of the day, this amazing reception that if you had at home could cost you $100 may cost you $10 or $20 through the promotion. And it gets more interesting as you go over 30 rooms or 40 rooms. Now all of a sudden they're going to give you a welcome cocktail party, a cocktail party with your dinner, and a reception dinner. Now your next question is, well, Jack, what about locations? So each of the resorts has multiple different locations that you can choose from. They do have something called the Sky Wedding package, so they will charge approximately $1,500 to $1,700, but that is up on the roof of the hotel, and it's 100% private, each of the hotels that have it, and I really like that. You can have a wedding ceremony there, you can have a cocktail party, or a reception. Now, decor-wise, the Karisma team to work with is amazing. The wedding manager at their hotels, between the Generations properties and the Azul properties, they do amazing jobs. I mean, anything you dream of, they can work with. We have never heard them say no to us. They've said maybe, but not no. Now, the nice thing is, if you're looking at the resorts in Mexico, they will also give you credits to some decor. So you'll work with them on the memorable moments collections that they have. And as long as you like their collections, and they probably have 5 or 6 different collections, they'll give you credits between $300 to $700 of credits for your ceremony as well as your reception. So if you're picking one of their collections that may be $400, $500, $600 a table, they're going to give you between $300 to $500 total that you can use to reduce the price of that. So what will ultimately happen with Karisma is, because it's not package oriented, which is what we like, they're going to build the spreadsheet, you'll see the budget, and it's going to scare you at first because you're going to see this number and think, well, Jack said that we get the money off. You do. They're not going to show that until we or the travel professional you're working with supplies the rooming list to the planner. And then once they see that you have the room night production, you'll see credits come back to you. So don't get worried. if you see a $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 price tag on everything you've picked, because at the end of the day with the room night production, you're going to get the $20, the $40 reduced off of that. So these are at Karisma Resorts, and again, I'll stress this is for every day other than Saturdays, but I would suggest to you that if you have interest in the Karisma Resorts, that you may jump on it sooner rather than later, because they are smaller resorts. They tend to only have a limited number of weddings per day, and as of right now, one of our favorite resorts to work with is Generations, and we're finding it's very hard into early 2022 to find either a Thursday, Friday, Sunday, or Monday at Generations. So hopefully this has been helpful. Feel free to subscribe, and thanks for watching the videos.